We have seen a lot of movement towards charter schools and alternative schools. There are 10,000 charter schools in the USA. 500 of those schools show better results than public schools. Do a percentage there. 500 out of 10,000. I would not let my child in a charter school. If it were tipped, maybe. The charter school movement is not working if you look at the evidence. And if you're a science teacher, think about it. We're going to start a charter school, and we're going to rent a room in the bottom of a church, or we're going to get a storefront, or we're going to work in somebody's garage, and I'm going to teach science, and you get to go over and sit on the table, and maybe you have a table, and maybe you go outside and use a hose for the running water, and it is a disaster. Whoa. Texas is the only state that controls textbook selection and has content review by the State Board of Education. I'll have a lot more to say about the State Board of Education. What a group of wackos that is.
We need a real Texas miracle. I mean, it's an impossibility, but if we could get the vice grip, the special interest groups out, we could get the big businesses with the most money out of the way. If we could get the government and the teachers' unions and the cheaters and really put the students first and not the power grabs.
Angela, I want to talk to you about teachers' union, but I don't want to do it now. I go forward. But I completely disagree with you about teachers' unions. I don't know what your experience here is in Texas, but there is not a teachers' union in Texas. There are some teacher organizations, but none of them have any power. And sometimes teacher unions can counteract the stuff that's going forward. We do have global warming. It is a fact. There is consensus internationally. There's consensus among all the major scientific groups. They all have policy statements on it. There is a cottage industry in the U.S. funded by the oil companies that is promoting a public relations campaign against global warming and the human sources of that. It is accepted scientifically worldwide that the earth is getting warmer and that human activity did it. And we have core samples, ice core samples going back 1,500 years, and we can analyze the amount of carbon dioxide at each section of the core sample, and we can correlate it with human activity at the time, and we know exactly when carbon dioxide increased. Angela says it depends on which science you talk to. That is not true, Angela. The consensus among the scientists is, in the professional organizations, is that it is a sustained fact. Now, there are examples of scientists. There are always individuals that are going to disagree with it. ExxonMobil will pay anybody $14,000 if they publish an anti-global warming document in some kind of reputable journal. But the Slavery by Another Name is about the Jim Crow laws in red states after the Civil War, in which African Americans African Americans could be arrested for loitering and fined and sent to a work gang. Have all of you heard of the Golden Rule? The Golden Rule. Well, Texas has a version of it. Here it is. Those with the gold rule. Marco, and all of you, Marco, only 35% of Hispanics, of eligible Hispanics in the United States are registered to vote. Until the Hispanics get registered, get to the polls, and have their voice in the government, it's not going to change. And Julie said they're increasing in numbers. And we go report. Julie, they're only important if they register to vote and go to the poll. I have seen there's a researcher here on campus, Dr. Charles Murray. You see him interviewed on the news, and the Republican leaders in Texas are absolutely unconcerned about the Hispanic vote. They understand that the Hispanic vote, Hispanic people don't vote, and they're going to keep it that way. That's why you see the educational system the way it is. They want to keep the Hispanics working at McDonald's as opposed to graduating from college. And some of you might be curious about Ted Cruz, the new senator in Texas, who's making a teapot name for himself in Washington, and he's Hispanic. He's Cuban. He's Cuban. He's Cuban. Veronica and other Hispanics, my Mexican colleagues tell me here that Mexicans hate Cubans, and Cubans hate Mexicans, and both of them hate the Colombians. Is that true?
I don't hate Cubans. I don't even think that way at all.
Oh, good for you. But Ted Cruz is not the Hispanic ally. The only way we're going to get equitable funding is to get Perry out of office. So anyhow, we're missing different worldviews of science. We're missing redressing the societal inequities in terms of race, gender, and social status.